Welcome to The Explainer. Today we're going somewhere truly incredible. We're heading to East Java in Indonesia to a volcano called Kawah Ijen. And believe me, this place is one of the most stunning and frankly one of the most dangerous spots on the entire planet. It's this wild mix of breathtaking beauty and just extreme hardship. Let's dig in and find out what makes it so special.
So you've probably seen the pictures, right? These absolutely mind-blowing photos of what looks like electric blue lava just pouring down the side of a volcano. I mean, it looks like something straight out of a sci-fi movie. It's totally otherworldly. But here's the big question. Is that really lava?
Well, the short answer? Nope, not at all. This incredible natural light show, it isn't lava. It's actually a phenomenon the locals call api biru, which means blue fire. And what creates it is something even crazier, pure burning sulfur gas.
All right, so let's get into the science of this spectacle. How on earth does this happen? Well, as this super hot sulfuric gas bursts out of cracks in the volcano, some of it actually cools down just enough to turn into liquid sulfur. And this molten sulfur, it keeps burning as it flows, creating these unbelievable glowing electric blue rivers that you see in the photos. Just amazing.
Okay, but what's really fascinating is the physics of why it's blue. If you look at this, you'll see the color isn't coming from heat, like you'd expect with normal red lava. No, this blue glow is from a chemical reaction. It's the sulfur itself burning. Here's a wild fact for you. For actual molten rock to glow blue just from being hot, it would have to be over 6,000 degrees Celsius. That's a temperature that's literally impossible on the Earth's surface.
So all this sulfur has to come from somewhere, right?
Well, its source is this huge, 1-kilometer-wide turquoise lake right at the volcano's peak. It looks beautiful, almost tropical, but don't let that fool you. This lake is hiding some of the most extreme and dangerous secrets on the planet. Yeah, this is not water you'd want to go swimming in. We're talking about a pH level that is consistently below 0.3. I mean, to put that into perspective for you, that level of acidity is just, it's hard to even wrap your head around. It is quite literally a giant cauldron of acid, the largest one in the world, in fact. And this really shows you just how insane that is. The water in this lake is a cocktail of hydrochloric and sulfuric acids. You know car battery acid? This is way more corrosive than that. We're talking about stuff that can literally dissolve metal. But here's where the story takes a turn. This unique, incredibly dangerous chemistry, well, it also creates an industry. You see, when that blue fire cools down, it leaves behind these huge chunks of pure, bright yellow sulfur. And at the heart of this whole thing is a story of just unbelievable human endurance. It's the story of the miners who harvest what they call the devil's gold. Every single day, these guys climb down into this toxic crater to break off chunks of sulfur by hand. There's no fancy equipment here. It is, without a doubt, one of the most dangerous and physically brutal jobs anywhere in the world. So just look at the numbers here. It's almost superhuman. After they hack off chunks of sulfur, they load them into these simple bamboo baskets. We're talking about loads of 70 to 90 kilograms. That's 150 to nearly 200 pounds. And they carry it on their shoulders up a steep 300-meter climb out of the crater. And get this, they do that trip twice a day. And after all that backbreaking, truly life-threatening work, hauling loads that often weigh more than they do for kilometers, you want to know what they make? The average miner walks away with about $13 for the entire day. In the long-term price they pay is just, it's devastating. Breathing in those toxic gases day in and day out, combined with that unbelievable physical strain, it leads to a tragically low life expectancy. Most miners don't live past 30 or 35. And one of the cruelest side effects is something called dental erosion. The sulfuric acid vapor they're constantly breathing in literally dissolves the enamel on their teeth. And here's the tragic irony. Their only protection is often just biting down on a wet cloth to filter the air. But doing that actually speeds up the process, making it even worse. Now, you might think the danger is contained just to the crater, but it's not. The acid from that massive lake seeps out. It creates an entire river system that poisons the land and the people for miles and miles. This really lays it out. That acidic water forms what's known as the Banyuphahit River, which literally means bitter water. And you can see how it just sterilizes everything in its path. In the lake itself, only the toughest microbes can survive. A little further downstream, still almost nothing.
Life just can't handle it. So this natural pollution, if you want to call it that, has huge consequences for the communities downstream. I mean, they use this water to irrigate their crops, but it acidifies the soil and damages the plants. And it causes widespread health issues for the people too, like a condition called dental fluorosis.
Okay, so let's shift gears a bit. Because of that insane blue fire and the beautiful lake, Kawah Ijen has become this massive tourist hotspot. I mean, people fly from all over the world to see it. And this has forced the local authorities to try and figure out how to balance this amazing spectacle with, safety and the local economy.
And a big step happened in 2023 when the whole area was named a UNESCO Global Geopark. Now, that's not just some fancy title. It's basically a mandate. It means they now have to manage the area in a way that protects the environment and actually helps the local community.
And in response to the very obvious dangers, there are now some really strict new rules for anyone who wants to visit. If you want to climb Ijen today, you gotta have a medical certificate saying you're fit enough. You have to hire a licensed local guide. And this one is non-negotiable. You absolutely must have a proper gas mask if you're going anywhere near that crater.
But what's really interesting is that this tourism boom is actually starting to change things for the better. It's a slow process, but it's vital. Some of the miners are actually able to leave that unbelievably dangerous job behind and find safer and often better paying work as guides for all of the tourists. So when you step back and look at it, Kawah Ijen is just a place of incredible paradoxes. On one hand, you have this breathtaking, otherworldly beauty. On the other, it's a source of devil's gold, a place of extreme human labor, and a serious environmental hazard. Beauty and danger are just completely tangled together here.
And that really leaves us with one big question to think about. When we see those mesmerizing pictures of the blue fire or that beautiful turquoise lake, what's the real price of that beauty? What is the true cost that's being paid every single day by the environment and by the people who call this incredible and incredibly dangerous place their home?